Hi everyone, I'm MaryAnn. I'm a visual artist and voice coach from Singapore, currently in Singapore, and welcome to another installment of my vlog series, Live Your Dream. As an artist, I'm all about pursuing your dreams and manifesting the ideas that you have and going after inspiration in your life. And I think that every single one of us are artists and we are basically creating the masterpieces of our lives and what is it that we really want to express. And so part of the reason why I'm recording this series of vlogs as well is because I want to work on being able to express myself authentically and to share whatever it is that I've learned and what I'm really going through in my journey of living my dreams. Not so much as it from an educational point of view, because I think, if you want an educational video, there's plenty of them out there. But my intention is really to be able to share my journey such that it can inspire you maybe to go live your dreams and to go do something about that thing that you have been wanting to and thinking about for the longest time. Like seriously, just go do something about it. But of course I know it is easier said than done. I mean, I have been in this journey for pretty much my entire life, so I do know what the struggle is like when it comes to pursuing our dreams and going after whatever it is that really matters to us. And I think it's really, really strange though that, the thing that we want the most, oftentimes the thing that really matters to us and that purpose and that life that you envision for yourself is most oftentimes the most difficult thing that you ever had to do. Like 8 years ago when I was preparing for my first solo exhibition, which is basically the representation of my dream of being an artist, well, my childhood dream of being an artist, which I was discouraged from. Long story there, another time. I've told it many times, honestly. So what I'm saying is that, when I was preparing for my first solo exhibition 8 years ago, it was like the most difficult thing I ever had to do. And I literally didn't do anything for 1.5 weeks because it was just so all the things in me that came up to stop me, like that I didn't deserve it, that I wasn't good enough, that nobody's gonna come to this show, why would anyone care about what your work as an artist, like all these voices were so loud in my head that I just couldn't move forward with my exhibition for 1.5 weeks. Thankfully, I was in a coaching program and I was being in a group coaching program where everyone was working on their own projects as well over that 5 weeks. So it really helped a lot to help me push through those barriers to actually make that exhibition happen. But what I wanted to share today is, it has something to do with this, right? That why is it that when it comes to something that we do for ourselves as an act of love for ourselves, because that's really what it is when we allow ourselves to pursue our dreams and we allow ourselves to do what really matters to us. It's really an act of love towards yourself, because you love yourself enough that you are willing to go that extra mile to do whatever it takes to make whatever it is that you really want become a reality. So earlier tonight I was having a conversation with my teacher and he asked me this question. Over this past 1 week, what is something that you did for yourself to show yourself love? I'm paraphrasing here, but what is the one thing this past week that you did for yourself out of love for yourself, out of a way of expressing love to yourself and showing love for yourself? And my mind just went blank. And all of a sudden it was like, the first thought that came to my mind was, oh my gosh, what did I even do this past week? And I literally had to open my browser on my laptop to look at my Google Calendar, to look at, what is it that I was up to this past week. And then I realized that this past week has been a little bit crazy for me because, I'm in the midst of managing a team of assistants for a program, for a 3-day intensive program. So there's a lot of preparation work to do there. And then at the same time, I'm also trying to get into the swing of things again, like starting this whole vlog series, getting more frequent on social media, finding more ways to put myself out there and express myself and create content around expression as a voice coach and as an artist. And I basically didn't rest much this past week. I barely had enough sleep. And I haven't taken a day off for like a week and a half, I think, at this point in time. And that's when I realized, oh my gosh, I totally, I'm talking about, self-love and self-expression, and how, manifesting your dream is an act of love for yourself. And I basically didn't really take the time to care for myself and to show myself love and to allow myself to, I don't know, eat really nice food, because when you're rushing around and you have plenty of things to do, we usually sacrifice in terms of our welfare, right? Like we just grab whatever is convenient as a meal because we're rushing to get things done. I mean, that's just one example when you're really busy. And at other times, if let's say like for example, if somebody asks you to help them with something and you agree to it, somehow whenever we agree to help someone, or whenever we see someone who might need our help and we offer it to them because we care about them as a friend, as a partner or as a family member, whatever it is, whatever your relationship is to them, we would somehow end up prioritizing that commitment over our commitment to ourselves. It's like if someone has a dream and they're pursuing it and they ask you to help them with something that gets them closer to their dream, we get excited for them, right? Like when people share about their breakthroughs or what they're up to on social media, we get excited for them. And I think it's, just a natural human thing that when someone succeeds, we kind of feel that sense of hope that maybe we can too. And then, the question is, do we actually do anything about that? Do we actually do anything about our dream then? And the things that we are pursuing right now, and the goals that we have, and the aspirations that we have now, that we think we have now, are they truly what we want? Or are they just what we think we're supposed to go after because that's what everyone else seems to be doing? And so, coming back to this whole notion of showing yourself love, I think then, and I'm starting to realize that when we allow ourselves to do something that we really want to, and not because we're trying to please other people, not because we're trying to fulfill a certain role that we have, not because we are trying to impress somebody or trying to gain favor with somebody, by being nice or something, whatever reason. I mean, we have so many reasons for the things that we do, right? But when was the last time you really did something for yourself that was truly out of love for yourself? And don't even talk about pursuing your dreams here, because that can be such a huge thing that we might not even be able to understand and grasp right now. But even just a simple small thing, like, your favorite food, for example, when's the last time you allowed yourself to eat that? Maybe you have to travel like, an hour by the subway to go to that restaurant to eat, but did you allow yourself to go through that journey to get that reward? Or when was the last time you allowed yourself to just sleep in and, don't even set an alarm? When was the last time you allowed yourself to just sleep the entire day and like wake up for dinner, for example? Like we get so bound a lot of times by how we're supposed to behave and how we're supposed to act and how life is supposed to be, that we forget about ourselves and we forget about what we truly want and who we truly are. And that has a lot to do with why it's so difficult too for us to pursue that dream that we have. Because if you can't even allow yourself to show yourself love, if you can't even allow yourself to show yourself love in small things, how are you then going to be able to show yourself love in something as big as pursuing that big dream of yours? So really, it still comes back down to every single day when we live our lives. Do we show ourselves love? Do we really take care of ourselves? Do we really take care of our welfare and ensure that we are able to support ourselves in that way so that we can do something bigger with our lives? Because at the same time too, you can't really take care of someone else if you're not able to take care of yourself. But it's more than just about taking care in terms of our physical needs and emotional needs. It's also really about what have you really done for yourself that was really just for you, that's not because somebody else expects you to, something that you really did it for yourself purely because you wanted to, and it was something that really mattered to you and something that you really want. And yeah, like, go do it. Go find some time in your schedule to go do it. I definitely need to take a break at some point and start working on some art again, because I haven't done that ever since I completed my animation. So that's about a month now of not doing any art, because I've been busy handling all these other things as well. So yeah, whatever it is that brings you joy, whatever it is that allows you to show love to yourself, go do it. Like, don't wait. Okay, so that's all I have for you this week. If you have any questions about living your dreams, about self-love, about whatever I've shared, anything that I've shared, if it brought up some question, some burning question in you, feel free to leave that in the comments, or you can directly message me in my social media links, which are in the write-ups with the videos that I'm gonna post. Yeah, and subscribe to my channel so you can stay in touch with whatever else I'm going to be sharing, because I promise there will be a lot more of this kind of sharing. And maybe I'll share some stuff about my art as well. I don't know yet. I'm kind of winging it as I go along, which is not exactly the most effective way of doing a vlog series, but you know what? I'm just gonna let inspiration speak for itself and let the expression come out naturally. And that's the commitment that I have, because this year I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. And yeah, so I guess I will see you next week.